Coming up today on Channel 97 News.
We find out how the football team has earned their wins.
See the routine of some Oakville cadets.
And look at the new changes in the library.
And it all starts now.
Welcome to Eyes on the Tiger, Channel 97 News. My name is Natalie.
And I'm Gracie. Let's start with our announcements.
If you want to receive a prize, try and guess the number of M&Ms in this acorn jar in the library. Submit guesses by October 21st. Whoever is the closest wins.
Order your 2023 yearbook now to save $5. See the flyer or Miss Manolis in room 234 for more information.
For our first story, we take a look at our football team's performance.
Justin, Madeline, and Trevor show us how they've turned their streak around.
In past years, the football team has struggled to find success, but as many students know, this year is different.
I think just the hard work that we put in the offseason has started to pay off. I feel like the kids and the amount of time they've put into what we want to accomplish, that's kind of just been a process that's just taken time.
So when I first came here my freshman year, kids didn't really care about the team, or as soon as they started losing, kids would just give up on the season. Whereas I feel like kids are more believable and they believe we can win every week.
So, how has the season been going?
The season's actually been going a lot better than last year. We're 4-4 right now, and we have a big week this week. From last year, it's changed actually a lot. Everyone's actually together as a family and been closer and actually not trying to beat up on each other. Varsity's not looking down on JV or freshmen and something like that.
1, 2, 3, family!
Before we just try to win games, now our mindset is trying to get far into the playoffs, our postseason. Every week, win games. That's just how it is.
Coach Gensch tells us how the team has gotten closer.
I think this group's pretty close. When you put a lot of time into working out and you put a lot of time in together, you kind of develop that bond, and it makes them want to play hard for each other.
With Justin Roush and Trevor Nitch behind the camera, I'm Madeline Winter with Channel 97 News.
The team's new sense of determination has given them a great record.
That's right. Up next, we look at a new OHS English teacher who might be familiar to some students.
Sawyer, Delaney, and Jana tell us about Miss Stancliffe.
This year, Oakville took in 500 freshmen and 22 new teachers. One of them may be familiar.
I came to OHS after teaching middle school for 4 years, and thankfully I've had a lot of the student population who are currently here as students before. And I was just really excited about teaching high school. I love teaching English. I love the level of depth that we can get to in high school, and I was just excited to kind of pursue that area.
Some may remember her by another name, Miss Minor.
So I taught Stretch, which is our gifted program at Bernard, and I always tried to kind of have some variety in the day. And I think the great thing about that was the things that students would bring to the experience, because things didn't always go according to plan, which was okay. That was kind of the cool part of the day, was that it's got to be directed by students.
I had her for Stretch in 7th and 8th grade. I really like her a lot. She was a really great teacher. She was really great to just talk to.
She always tried to make our experiences in Stretch really fun, while also actually learning stuff.
I just remember it feeling very a comfortable environment. It was one of my favorite classes because it was I loved English for one, and then she just made it really easy to learn and get to know other people, and I missed that class a lot.
I had her for Stretch/ELA for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. She's a really good teacher. She connects with the kids, I feel, really well. She just makes the learning environment safe. Now, obviously we do not have the Stretch stuff, but you can tell she definitely took parts of her curriculum and makes this class a definitely more fun class.
I like to go to work and have fun. So I hope that I bring fun, and I hope that the students have fun too. I really wouldn't like to have a boring job. So I'm just excited to see what's in the future. I'm excited to see students graduate and have exciting lives, and to see the next generations of students come through. It's just an exciting thing.
Let's welcome Miss Stancliffe and all the new teachers to Oakville. With Sawyer Bess and Delaney Murphy behind the camera, I'm Jan Eckhard for Channel 97 News.
It's great to hear about new teachers adding a lot to their classes.
Oftentimes, cadets add a lot to the classes they help out with.
Maria, Nathan, and I show you what cadets do for their classes.
Have you recently seen a student walking around the school with a cadet pass and wonder what cadetting means? Cadetting is a designated student helper for teachers and an opportunity to get A+ hours. We talked to some students about why they started cadetting and their everyday job.
I took this class twice and I really enjoyed it, and I wanted to be able to help out other people who wanted to take it.
I want to go into something in the science field, and I got the opportunity to cadet for a chemistry teacher.
I'm able to help everybody in the class with any cooking help they need, and I help with the laundry and help set up labs and anything the teacher needs.
I started with just cutting out periodic tables and little things, and then as the year continued, I helped her teach lessons, and I answered questions around the classroom for students.
We also talked to Mrs. Matashak and Miss Everdeen and what their everyday cadet schedule looks like.
She's taken the class before, she knows what to expect, and so she's able to help groups with their preparation of their ingredients if I can't come help them at the time. She helps with laundry, she helps with putting away groceries. There's the list is endless of what she does for us.
She really helps me get a lot of my materials together, saves me a lot of time outside of class so that I don't have to cut things up and get things printed. She helps make copies. But on top of that, she's really helpful with answering student questions and getting them the help they need, because I had her in class last year, so she's already learned all of this same material.
Cadetting is through the A+ program. Here are some thoughts on how well it helps the students get hours.
It's definitely a great opportunity. I get a lot of hours completed, and I get awesome experience too.
With Maria Parisi and Gracie Lechtei behind the camera, I'm Nathan Baker for Channel 97 News.
Cadets have a lot of work to do for each class.
Mrs. Betts has also been putting in the work as a new librarian.
Mason, Addie, and I see her new renovations.
The library has seen some new changes for this school year, and a familiar face is at the forefront of it. Miss Betts has rearranged all of the library and made it a more comfortable environment for students.
We're definitely going for a more welcoming, inviting vibe, coffee house feel. We've really reorganized the books, which might not be that exciting to people who aren't librarians, but reorganizing the space to meet the needs of the building better was kind of priority number one. Presenting the library in a different way and having things run differently, that's always anytime you change something, you have to communicate and educate people on how that's going to happen.
Here's what a student thinks about the changes done to the library.
It's a good environment for me to get my work done. It's very quiet unless there's classes in there, and even then it's just a nice space for me to put in my headphones and listen to music and do my work.
I reorganized the computer lab. I don't know if anyone's noticed, but it takes up less physical space so that we can spread out. We have a lot of new furniture. Well, new to us, not new furniture, but new to the library. So we've reorganized, I'm not kidding, half a dozen times already.
They have, I think, a lot more of those tall desks that they have, and I like sitting in those. And then they have a lot of comfy chairs. When I don't have a lot of schoolwork, I like to do some of the puzzles that they have.
Our busiest time is A&P, but it's amazing to have 50 plus students in here, but everything's chill and everyone's still being productive. So that's cool. It's kind of been the goal.
We can't wait to see what else Miss Betts does to the library. With Natalie Baker and Addie McGuire behind the camera, I'm Mason Bader for Channel 97 News.
And that was today's edition of Channel 97 News.
Be sure to check out My OHS Online to see student-written stories about the OHS community. We post new stories all the time.
Thank you for watching, and remember, Oakville, keep your eyes on the Tigers.
Alright, y'all ready for this?
Not ready for this.
I think that's the boulders, guys.
Not like that. Can we do it again?
No bangs.
I should have got my water.
Oh my god, that's really good.